everyone, it's the Buzz. I'm Val. Welcome in. I am headed to pick up my fair photographs. They are ready for pickup, and I'm also going to pick up the cake that I ordered for my mom's birthday. In the last Buzz, we were picking up my dad's. Yes, they have birthdays pretty much back to back, and we're gonna have an awful lot of cake to eat because we're still working on that red velvet cake that I got for my dad, but we'll get through it somehow. So I'm gonna be driving across town again to pick up those pictures, and we'll see what else comes along. I don't know if you can see it, but the air is still just really bad around here. Oh, really looking forward to a rainstorm to hopefully clear out some of this air. A lot of folks are resurrecting their COVID-19 masks because the air is just getting really bad. It's really, really hard on people that have asthma and allergies, and it'll be nice when it gets cleared out. Nice for the folks too that are fighting the fires. It's such a hard thing to think about, that so much is burning up and people are risking their lives to try and get it put out. And then of course all the animals that are hopefully being able to run from it. All right, so I picked up the photos and they look great. They really did a nice job. So I will give you a sneak peek. I just couldn't do it right there at the studio because my phone overheated. Yes, I'm shooting these videos on my phone right now because again, it's easier to edit. So now we are headed to pick up the birthday cake for my mom. If it wasn't for all this smoke, it would be such a beautiful day today. Right now it's only 85. That is so nice for August in Boise. Almost 1 o'clock and only 85. Typically it's in the upper 90s. So I am looking forward to some cooler temperatures and but we'll get there. Headed back into Garden City. Okay, I've got the cake. It turned out really pretty. I did take a picture this time before I took off, so at least I got a picture of it if something happens on the way home here. Ooh, gotta go. Traffic is coming, and when they see you, they hit the gas. One thing about traffic in this town, you really got to know what you're doing because they'll come after you. Why the guy was trying to kill me. He's from Utah. I can say that. I was born in Utah. The drivers in Utah, you guys are crazy. My opinion. My channel. Every time I go to Utah, I can't believe, I just tell people the way you get over in Utah, if you need to get into another lane, you pick a car with a completely different color than yours, put on your signal and go over. And if they don't want white paint on their red car or red paint on their white car, whatever, they'll let you get over. Otherwise, it's every man for himself down there. All right, so we've got the cake. We're headed home. I gotta go get it, put it in the fridge, and I need to slow down because I just saw a cop and I'm doing 5 over. And yes, they will pull you over for doing 5 over in this town. Ooh, the Powerball is at 1 billion and the mega sign is turned off. So either it's higher than it can go or it's bust. I need to get a lottery ticket. Today's Wednesday too that I'm filming this. So I should probably get a ticket. $1 billion. I could totally handle that. Of course, after the government gets through, what do you end up with? I think you end up with 250 million after they get done stripping you of all the money. I could still live on 250 million, I guess. Not as well as I could live on $1 billion, but that's okay. I could still try it out. I'd be happy to try living on $250 million. Yeah, this channel runs on a shoestring budget, so having a few extra dollars would be pretty cool. I have all sorts of ideas to go do different things, and then I remember I have to be careful with every penny spent, so bummer. But that's okay. We're getting there. And what I do, I have fun doing. So I just recently got back from a journey around Idaho. Now, I've lived in Idaho for over 40 years, and I have not seen much of this state. Reason being is I was too young to go off by myself to start with. I was 12 when I moved here to Idaho. And then after I got out of high school, I pretty much went to work. And I worked jobs where it was pretty much my life. I didn't have life outside of work. And that changed about the time that the pandemic hit. So I have been reorganizing my life and doing different things. And one thing I wanted to do was see more of the state that I call home. And I did a trip over to eastern Idaho, and you may have seen some of that video where I visited my brother. And if you haven't checked those videos out, check them out. There is one for Bridle Up Hope that my sister-in-law is involved in. And I stopped at the Fort Hall Museum. But this last trip that I took, I went all the way up to Salmon, Idaho, and I went through Sun Valley and did some things there. So I'll be getting those videos are coming. I am editing them with my new editing software, and I'm having to teach myself to edit on a new software platform. So bear with me, I'm working on getting those. I also went to visit my sister-in-law again, who was going out on the Chief Joseph Trail ride. So more to come on that. And if you haven't heard about that, I'll be giving you more information on that as well. So make sure you are subscribed so you can stay up with everything that is happening. Yeah, when I went to Sun Valley, I realized I hadn't been to Sun Valley in, was probably like 30-ish years, 35 years, something like that. And it had changed quite a bit from what I remembered when I visited there last. The last time I went up, I went with a friend and her family. We just went up for the day. This time I went up, I still only really spent a day there, but I actually stayed overnight in Bellevue. It is really a wonderful drive up there. I really enjoyed it. Okay, stopped off at the post office real fast. Bills and a couple of postcards. So we are headed home now. Comments, folks, feel free to leave suggestions of things you'd like to see. A lot of people have moved here to Boise, so if there's something you would like me to go film and just give you a peek into what things look like, I would be happy to do that on the Buzz here. We had no idea what we were getting into when we moved to Boise. Now, again, that was 40 some odd years ago, and things have changed a lot. Oh, look, someone's walking their dog. That's a fat little dog. Little cutie pie. So yeah, when we moved here, I flew in. My dad we were transferred. Well, my dad was transferred. Family just had to come with. And so it was actually my 12th birthday, and we flew up here to meet my dad. And he picked us up at the airport, and he said, "What would you like to do?" And I says, "How about we go to a mall?" Now, this is 12-year-old me, about to be a teenager. I'd been living in California in the San Francisco Bay Area. I was just getting to that point where I was like, ooh, I was getting to go to the mall by myself, my friends. And my dad tells me, they don't have a mall here in Boise. And I says, put me back on the plane. I am not moving here. And then he reminded me that I could get my driver's license at 14. And it was the potato capital of the world, which is, well, you know, it's one of my favorite foods. I love baked potatoes. Or for you folks in the UK, jacket potatoes. Love, love, love them. So I reconsidered and I moved with the family. And I'm not gonna lie, it it took a few years for me to get used to living here. I'd always lived in larger cities, and it was just a change. And then I grew to where I really liked having it a little bit more peaceful, and now we are under a population explosion here. So kind of getting my city back, and I don't know that I want it. Okay, so let me show you the photographs. Okay, so this is my first one here. This was from the recent trip I was telling you about up to Salmon. This is at the Sacagawea Interpretive Center. They have this beautiful statue there. Oops. And then this one is, I took at the Eastern Idaho Fair, where I filmed the Indian relay race. That video has been really popular. If you haven't checked that video out, check that out. It's pretty amazing what those guys and gals do. And so this is for the fair theme. Their theme is bright lights and fair nights. So this one is going to be entered into that particular class. And then this one here I took at Craters of the Moon, again on my most recent trip, and it was in a area of the park called the Devil's Garden, and I think that turned out pretty cool. And then this one is my dad's. Isn't that beautiful? He took that in his backyard earlier this spring. And so he is entering that one. So there you go, guys. I would love your feedback. I would really love to hear what you guys think. And I'm okay with critiquing. That's okay. I'm okay with it. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you think. All right, guys. Well, I am almost home, so we are going to wrap up the buzz for today. Thanks for stopping in, and I will see you all very soon.